What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be finishing up our rock lights. I've already ran all the rock lights for the front. I did 2 under the frame in the front, so we got 2 up front. We have 6 in the wheel wells in the front, so 3 on each side. We got 2, see if you can see them. I don't know if you can see it. So we got 2 in the frame here, 2 in the frame over there for the running boards on the side of the truck. And right now I'm running the ones in the back. I have this side completely finished. Let me get over here. So this side's completely ran. Couldn't really do anything with the wiring for this side. Just this was because I didn't want to drill into the bed frame. That's what you would have had to do if you would have drilled. If you would have drilled through, it would have been in your bed frame. So I did the best I could on the back fender as they are metal. So I ran the wiring this way, and then I ran the wiring back towards the back of the truck where there's 1 underneath the back. So there'd be 2 under the back, 3 in that fender well over there, 3 in this fender well. So total, I'm pretty sure I have 20 rock lights on this truck. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, so there's 20 on this truck as of right now. Let me show you where I started running the wire from. Okay, so if you were gonna run this by yourself, at first I was gonna go through the aux switches, but those wires are not working for me on this truck, so I just went through the firewall. So the best way to do it is remove this bolt, that bolt, and I think there's 1 more bolt over here. So remove 3 bolts, take your fender liner out, drop the fender liner. Right here is going to be a firewall entrance. Pop the black thing out. There's gonna be a white, like a cloth almost sort of thing. Push it back so push the wire up and push the firewall back, and you'll see it pop out right into the cab. Right, it'll literally pop out right there. So you can see the white thing right there. So it goes down and then out. Right now I have it wired up to a switch, just a basic switch, but I'll do probably put a switch right here to clean it up. So you run your main wire for the rock lights up into the cabs. So what you do is you'll run the red and black from this one, from your main, so this will be your first rock light. You'll take the wire that comes out from the cab, have these 2 together, and you'll splice the red and the black together, right? You put that into your wire connector, and then you take a separate lead line, red and black, tie it to black, red to red, obviously, and then that's your jump. You just continue to jump as you go. So I took the entire fender liner out. I drilled my holes for these. I drilled a pilot hole to hide the cable so it's all cleaned up. And then it's all tucked away, weather sealed in this. Then, so you follow your lead this way. You'll use your connection this way. You'll keep jumping off to there. You jump to the entire truck, but you have to start from one, basically start from this fender, and you'll basically end at the other fender. So we're gonna jump back to this one. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about, since I basically ran the whole truck already. I have my red and black. So let me clean this up. I'll get it ready for us to mount it right here, and then I'll get back to you. Jumping a wire on this side up right now. So I've got my lead line coming from my rock lights that are underneath of the cab. So it comes over there, comes over that cab mount right there, comes down, and it follows this either, I'm not sure whatever this is, this line It comes throughout the entire truck. It folds. It's just zip tied to that for clean installation. As you can see, you can't see any wires under the truck. This is the best way I found to do it. So now you got your line right here. You're going to mount up your rock light. So if I want my rock light right here, I'm gonna mount it first. Then I'm gonna cut my line for this and that and splice them together. So I'm gonna mount this up real quick and then we'll splice them together. All right, so what I did was I mounted it up where I wanted it for my first rock light. I mounted it as close as I could to this one because this is not as flat, so you wanna find the flattest surface. Rub it with alcohol first, find the flattest surface to mount it on. They came with these like white, you stick one side, like double-sided tape basically. So you'll mount that up there. I'm not too sure how long that's gonna stay on there for with the weather in Florida, so we'll see about that. So run it through the back there. It'll come down here. It'll drop down. And then you have your two lines and you splice that together. Back to what I was saying. So you take this line from the previous rock light. This is from the rock light you just installed in the fender well. You tie those together. So you got your both reds and your both blacks into the crimp. And then you take the rest of the wire that you cut off from this rock light, you splice it like that. Here, so you're red and black, so you put your red to your black, and this is your lead line that goes into your next rock light, and you just repeat the same process. Okay, so now that these are all connected, wrap it with electrical tape, and then we're gonna find a spot to put it up, and then run the wire to where our middle one's gonna be there. We'll do the same process, and then run it back to this one, and then we'll go underneath the truck. So let me tuck this up, and then we'll work on this one. All right, so I just powered them on. As you can see, just splice them together, and they'll obviously work. But what I would recommend is leaving more wire because I messed up here with the splice. See this exits and goes to your next one. So now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put this up to where it's out of the way of the tire, spitting up water. But I ran the wire behind that bolt to here, and then I'll splice off my other wire to go back there and go behind that bolt and tighten it when I get to this one, so it'll stay back there. All right, so as I was saying with the cutting wise, with the wire, so you don't cut it too short and end up with your connections out here near the tire. So where you want to go is I would push it back there. So I'm trying to go from up here. You're gonna see a wire, or you're gonna have to go through the bed. I'm assuming if you drill through this, whatever, this is straight into your bed. So this is the only way I would know how to do it, and the best way to do it without drilling into your frame is push it back here. So I would cut it right here. Mine's already cut pretty short from this one, so sit back there, and then your splice will go underneath that bolt around back to here. So you mount this one up here, and then you go to the back of the truck. So I've got that one mounted up, I've got that one mounted up so far. So let me wire these ones up, show you how to do that. I'll show you the process again, and then we'll run to this one. But it's looking good so far. I figured out my problem. I just put it back there. It's not the cleanest, but as I was saying, I would recommend leaving yourself some more wire so you can always cut it back if you have to. All right, so we got this wire that came off of that rock light, comes here, and we got our rock light we just installed, goes into the same crimp, and then this wire that I cut off of this one, there's no need to go out and buy red and black. It comes with, look how much wire these rock lights come with. These come with so much wire that it's insane. So you just cut the wire from there, you strip it back and splice it in. Then you're gonna wrap this in electrical tape. Then we're gonna tuck it back there and run it this way. So what I've done is I've ran that wire that way, behind that bolt. So now that's tight behind there. Obviously not, bolted down or anything, but it's back there. So then I came here and pulled the two little plastic tabs off of there, pulled this down, mounted. Well, what I did was obviously mount it first to where you want it to be, pull that off, drop it down. So then drill a pilot hole for your wire so that it looks clean, so it'll sit flush into the wheel well. So pull the wire through, then mount this back up, and then we're gonna splice it together and pull it that way. We'll pull it back towards the truck, and then we'll deal with the back rock light. Alright, so we got all three of them ran. They go to the back. The wiring, I tried I mean, this is really the best that I can really get it wiring wise. There's not really nowhere else to really hide it, you know. I hit it there, it goes back there, it goes back around. This is a really noticeable one. The only way to do that is to go through the bed. So this is the best way to do it without cutting your bed or drilling a hole in your bed. This one, you know, this wire's gonna have to come this way. You could tighten this one up, put it back there. So it goes to the back. So let's run the back one. All right. So I have the back ram. Mounted that up. Got all the wires mounted up, all spliced together, same as how we did on every other rock light. And then here's my pigtail. I'm going to the other side of the truck now. Just go through the back. I found that if you go up here and over, and then just follow the the tailgate, or the back here, or even this, just run it back. Okay, so what I did was, I took that wire from over there, I went up, I went through the tow hitch over here, I ended right here. So now, I have a rock light up here already, and I have a rock light that came from that back fender well right there. So I spliced the rock light, the pigtail that came from that one, to this rock light here, and I have the same concoction that we've been working with the whole time. And then this is my last wire. So it's gonna go red to black, and you're done wiring the entire truck. I obviously started from the front to the back, so I started on this side of the fender well. I'm gonna end on this side of the fender well on the other side. You'll be right next to each other. So it's a full loop. It's a loop here, like this. That's all it is. Loop here, like that. All wired up. So many people might get confused, but that's all you do is just red to black and you're done. The entire truck is wired. I'm gonna get that wired up because obviously, of course, it started raining. All right, here you go, guys. We got it all wired up. So we got the front. Let's check it out. So we got 3 up there. We have, let me see if you can see those. There's 2, one there, 2 up front, just to fill in the gaps. Mainly, you're not gonna really see those too much. We got 3 in this one, and then we got 2 near the doors going towards the back on each side. We have 3 in here. We've got that 1 in the back, and then we go around. You can already kind of see it. Got 1 in the back here, and 3 in this one. So you can see they all work. 2 under there. And yeah, so I just try to give you guys the best example I have found. I haven't really seen many people show how to wire it up like that. I was very confused at first until I figured it out, and I hope that helped you guys. Let's check it out at night. As you can see, it's a little later at night. She is really bright. Let's give you guys a walk around. Came out really good. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next.